So I started a live stream a few minutes ago, and my husband called and interrupted. So I'm going to hit. Hey, Danny. I was just saying I started one earlier, and I'm going to delete it because my husband called and I had to mute my mic like for 5 minutes. So I'm going to delete it. So Danny, which company were you working with this morning? How were your classes? I had one GoGoKid class at 5 a.m. my time, and then okay, cool, VIPKid. So I had one GoGoKid class this morning, but it was the training one, which I've already done. So literally, when I talked to her, I was like, she's like, "Have you done classes yet?" I was like, "Well, I did a training class." She goes, "Oh, well, we can just we can just cover our cameras, and we don't have to do this." So we covered our cameras, and I got paid to just sit there, and she got paid to drink her coffee. So it was funny. And then I had 3 with VIPKid. Yeah, it was crazy. I had 3 with VIPKid and 2 with ITuturGroup also. So, yeah, it was because, I mean, as soon as she got on there, I was like, I've already done one of these. So she got the ID code, the date and time, and the other trainer's name. And she told me when I filled out the feedback just to put the same information on there and that this was a duplicate one. And so we just covered our cameras, and actually it worked out because my daughter started crying. Just about the time we agreed to cover the camera and we covered them, my daughter started crying because she woke up. So yeah, so I got paid just to kind of sit here and put her back to bed this morning. Yeah, it really did. It worked out great. So you had a level 1, regular level 3, and a level 6. What did I have today? With VIPKid, I had 2 level 1s and a TOEFL primary. With ITuturGroup, I had a level 3 and a level 4, which they're about the same. Oh, and a trial no-show. Well, those are not always as fun because you don't get paid as much for trial no-shows. Let me see what let me delete this other video. Anyway. So I had a couple things. I have to go out of town soon. Oh yeah, first class, that's great because I like when they're my first class because then I can wake up good before I have to do anything. So I have trouble waking in the morning sometimes. Like I have to. Okay, normally you'll let me delete videos. Oh, I'm good. You can ask Danny. I am going to South Carolina to visit family. My son will be 10 on Monday. So we are going to have his birthday party down there tomorrow. And then Sunday he is getting baptized at the church that myself and my husband have been baptized at, our home church. So big weekend. He's turning double digits and we're excited. And Danny, you are more than welcome to come visit us anytime in the Carolinas. I'll take you either one. I live in North Carolina, but I'm an hour from South Carolina. So just where my family is in South Carolina is like 4 hours. But if you come to the Carolinas, I would go North Carolina, more Boone than where I am. Because where I am is more just flat land and not as pretty. But Boone and all that's gorgeous. Boone and Hickory and Morganton, and that's where I have family too. So it's all beautiful. But I have had some interesting classes this week with ITuturGroup. You know, I work with adults, and I have had all Japanese adults this week. Well, take that back. All adults from Japan this week. One was actually Korean, and she lives in Japan. One was Japanese and okay. Oh, that's cool. Danny is a decade. That's awesome. have fun at your work today, and thank you for stopping by. Yes, I will talk a little more about the Japanese real quick. But yeah, so I actually had the same lady for 5 classes this week. 5 45-minute classes, 3 of them on one day, back to back to back. She and I had class together. And then the next 2 days, she and the lady from the first class the first day had class again 2 more times. I also had one of the Japanese ladies had lived in Australia, because when she started talking to me, she had an interesting accent. And I said, you have an Australian accent. And she laughed and said that she had lived in Australia for a while. So, because you can pick up that Israel, but you could pick up the Australian nuances of the when she says certain words. So yeah, it was really cool because one lady, Amy, I had, like I said, 5 classes with her this week. Each class 45 minutes, and she was awesome. She and I had lots of talking and chatting, and it was really fun. Then the last lady I had on Wednesday night, I posted her feedback. She gave me feedback, and I'll read it for you in a second as soon as I pull it up. But she posted feedback for me that I thought I could delete this. Here, we'll make it private to begin with until I can delete it. Save. Anyway, so she was by herself in the class, which with a 45-minute class gives you lots of time to chat and get to know someone. All right, sorry. My husband texted me. Like I said, we're going out of town, so I have to finish this up in a few minutes. But I'll talk for a second. All right, so the lady, because I know like Danny and I know Heather are not on Facebook, so I will read to you. Hey, Heather, I was just talking about you. I was saying you weren't on Facebook. So, Heather, I had a lot of Japanese students this week, and one of the ladies left me the sweetest feedback. She and I had a long conversation about by the way, Heather, I wish you would go live still. I miss your lives. I enjoyed them. But Marianne said you didn't feel like doing it lately, so I figure I'll fill in for you for now, and then maybe you and I can take turns or something. Because I did enjoy your lives. If you feel up to it later on. I know you haven't felt as well lately. They miss them too? Well, see, you need to go live. You can always go live after this because I'm not going to be on here long. I have to go out of town today. So I'm actually going to have to get off here in a few more minutes. Not 100%. Okay. Well, when you feel better, what we can do is if you don't want to go every week, we can talk and we can switch off if you want. If it'd help, maybe take some pressure off you. We can discuss it. You have my email, and I think I sent you my phone number. You can always call me. Just not this weekend. I've got like so much going on. But yes, I miss hearing you as well. So I would love for us to like work this. Maybe instead of it putting so much on you every week, we can work it out. So the lady from Japan, she and I chatted for a little while about school, and she said that she had always. I said that I was homeschooling my children because I know in Japan it's not quite as big of a deal as it is in China about homeschooling, or I didn't think it was. She said that in Japan they're not allowed to homeschool their children. At least that's what she said. But that's something she had always thought about and wanted to do. But she actually lived in Thailand, so I'm not sure if in Thailand they couldn't homeschool, if that's what she meant, or if it was Japan. It might have been Thailand she meant. But she lives in Thailand, and her husband's company pay for her kids to go to what's called an international school. She said there's like 288 different countries represented at this school. Like it's a big cultural melting pot. And she has 4 kids. But we talked for a while, and we did our lesson as well. Our lesson was on extinct animals, so it wasn't that interesting. But we kind of talked about other things. I have not seen them. I want to read Little Soldiers. I have not had a chance, but I did not know who wrote it. She has videos. Are they on YouTube? If they are, I can look them up. But I was going to read you what she wrote me because she gave me a 10, rated me a 10, which is awesome. ITuturGroup is the rating of up to 10. Okay, I will check her out. Let me make a note. Lenora Chu. Because I would love to say I'll go back and watch this later, but I know me and I won't have time. Lenora Chu. I've heard Little Soldiers is good. Videos. But, so this is what she wrote for me afterwards. She said, first of all, thank you very much for your hard work with students of online, taking care of your kids, maintaining your family and house well. And then she put in parentheses, LOL, because we didn't really discuss that. So she was saying, she just kind of assumed that. She said, I am sure you are one of a wonderful, respectable mom. We are proud of our life without being influenced by the number of people who we meet every day. Because she and I talked about the fact that, there are so many bad influences out there on our children. And that was why I chose to part of the reason I chose to homeschool, and how she liked her school because they were so careful about bullying and the bad influences. And she and I discussed, she has a friend, her best friend lives in America, in Texas. And her daughter, when she went to school, she was 15 when she started in school in America. And she said it was so different, that it was so, there were so many bad influences at the school. She said the child was like culture shocked because they would see people kissing in the hallways and all kind of stuff. So she said that she was talking about proud of being influenced by the people we meet every day. This was iTutor. This was an adult, a Japanese adult with ITuturGroup. I teach with them. I've been teaching with them overnight this week to make up extra money. She said, I really want to support your decision to do homeschooling to your beautiful kids, which I guess she assumed that. I don't even think I showed her the picture of my children I normally show. She said, hang in there, be confident. We are definitely super moms, aren't we? So I thought that was very sweet. Yes, she is a Japanese adult who takes classes as soon as her kids are off in school. But yes, it was very sweet, very thoughtful feedback. And yeah, I know a lot of people are kind of turned off or not sure about working with adults, but I love it. I have yet to have a bad experience with an adult unless they were the parent of a child. I've had one bad experience, but it was not in an adult class. It was with a drunk parent who didn't know how to behave himself. And he was the angry kind of drunk. So I've talked about it before. But every adult class I've had has always been excellent. Now I don't think I've had 6 adults yet, honestly. I don't teach as many adult classes as others do. I don't know if it's because of my hours or because I'm so good with kids. I mostly just teach kids. But whenever I do have an adult class, I find it very fun. And I will tell you, out of all of them, the Japanese adults that I have worked with, people living in Japan or Japanese adults, have been like the most respectful, polite, amazing people. I really enjoy talking to them, and you really can 45 minutes doesn't even seem long enough. Oh, thank you, Heather. I can be really mean. I just, I've controlled it. I used to be a lot meaner and a lot abrupt. But one thing I've found with adults or kids is always be honest. Always be honest with them. Your daughter can be too. But yes, we might be a lot alike. I'm always, I don't doubt that. Aren't our children all such gifts? I know she's a gift to you. My kids are such gifts to me as well. I'm excited and emotional, and this weekend's going to be so hard. My son turning 10 and getting baptized, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready, but I don't have a choice. I know there's going to be a lot of tears shed this weekend, but I'm excited at the same time, so proud. I'm going to try to video his baptism, but I may have to make it private and just share it with people. I don't know that I want to put it out there. on YouTube for everybody. So I may make it private and then just send you the link in an email, Heather. Because I've always felt baptism was more of a, yeah, that's what I was thinking, send you an email. Baptism is more of a personal thing to me. And I don't know that I want to share it with YouTube and the world. I would hate for somebody to criticize him or, yes, it is. It's such a blessing, such an important milestone in his life. And I'm just so amazed by him. He actually, we've had the talk with him a lot about religion and God and all that. We've done so much praying and talking and always throughout our life with him. Exactly, Heather. People can be. So I think I'm gonna video it definitely. Or I may just get it from my church. They video the services. But I'm definitely going to. I'm gonna put it on there just so I have the copy of it. But I will probably make it private. So any of my friends who watch this later and want to see it, let me know, and I will just message me or email me, and I'll send it to you and let you see it. But yeah, definitely want to kind of keep it more private. But what I was saying, he came to well, actually, he didn't even come to us. Stephen was talking to his parents. He called his parents for some reason, and he came in the den and he said, Karen, he said something about, what do you think about, God and getting saved and all that? And Karen goes, oh, well, I prayed last night for Jesus to come into my heart. And we're like, wait, what? Yeah, he made the decision on his own and prayed on his own in private. And he said he's ready to make the public profession and get baptized. Heather, that's amazing. If you feel they're ready and if you feel they are saved and you want to, go for it. I would love to see. You could video it and share it with us as well. I'd love to see it. It's such an amazing time. My husband, well, I was saved when I was like 8. Got baptized back when I was like 8 years old. So I was really young. My husband felt he was saved when he was in high school. That's true. You would like our church that we go to up here in Fayetteville. They don't cause you to have a membership. They have what's called partnership. Yeah, they do. They require membership. And see, Karen will be a member of our old church as well. The church we go to now they do partnerships. And I think you can be baptized without being a partner. But you don't have to go to church even if you're a member. Many people are members and they don't go to church. My brother's a member of our church and he never goes. We're still a member of our old church and we don't go. It's a 4-hour drive. So you don't have to go just because you have a membership. And you can always have your membership moved or pulled. Or tell them that you don't want to be a member or that you just want the children just want to be baptized. Or if you have a friend that's a preacher, you don't have to be baptized in a church. You can do baptism in a lake. Just requires water. It's just the act. I mean, it's not even the act of it that matters. It's more just the commitment to Christ. But the church we go to now up here does partnerships and they will baptize and all that, but they don't do a role. You don't have to have a pastor to baptize unless you want a certificate of baptism, which is, again, just a piece of paper. Baptism is just the public display of the internal commitment. Baptism alone does nothing without the commitment to Christ. You don't even have to have witnesses. It can be very private or anything. I don't know if you know who Phil Robertson is, but Phil Robertson will baptize people in his river. If they ask to be baptized. It's just that public profession of your faith. That's all a baptism is. It does nothing for your salvation. It does nothing for anything except for showing others that you made the choice. It's just a public an outshowing of a choice you made internally. It is not, baptism is nothing that will save you. It is nothing that will do anything but get you wet. And that's what our pastor says, which is why I like him. Or at our church that Kieran's going to be baptized at. He said that's all it does. Baptism doesn't do anything but get you wet. It's the commitment you make before that decides if you're saved. If you've committed to Christ, you've given yourself to Christ, then you're saved. Baptism is just the extra profession showing that you made the decision. We let him make the decision of what church he wanted to be baptized at, because he could be baptized up here in our church now, or he could be baptized down there. We didn't care. He made the decision he wanted to be baptized down there with our pastor, Lance. He's known him longer. He's known Lance all his life. We're up here. We've only been going for 6 months or so. And honestly, we don't even get to go every week. It's a 15-minute drive to our church here, and we don't always have the gas. We can't always afford to drive to the church and use the gas if Stephen has to go to work that week. But, we try to make sure we do. The kids and I will read the Bible every night, and when Stephen's home, he reads it with us. We read Bible stories or the Bible every night, and we always say prayers every night, and watch Christian shows and like VeggieTales and stuff like that. The kids love VeggieTales. We're not perfect Christians. I'm not by any means. Good. That's the most important thing, is reading the Bible and spending time in God's Word and praying. I'm not a perfect Christian. I'm not going to act like I don't say bad words, because I do. Oh, that's cool. That's part of your curriculum. I probably ought to incorporate it in our homeschool curriculum, but we just do it on our own separately. I use the Time for Learning curriculum with Kieran. It does a lot of testing and a lot of practice, but he seems to do really well with it. And he likes it because he can work independently, and I can work with his sister. She doesn't bother him because it's on the computer. Yeah, exactly. Who is perfect? Not one. You're absolutely right. I will admit I have been known to cuss at my children, and I'm not proud of it, but it's something that I have done, and I always apologize, but that's okay. That's part of being human, making mistakes. But I was going to talk about my classes this morning. Those of you who have thought about doing digital rewards and aren't sure, I had a class this morning, and my student immediately when I started class goes, I said, "How are you?" He's level 1. He goes, "Sad." And he looked so sad. And when it came with the little faces on the next page with the happy, sad, okay, he circled sad. Give me a second. My husband was texting me. He's getting his oil changed before we got to town today. And he said he's not sure that they even changed the oil. Walmart sucks near us. But anyway. So I immediately pulled up. I know he likes jets and all. And so I pulled up a jet plane Vinastar on Sidekick, and by the end of class, he was smiling and happy, even though Mom was like the whole time not hitting him, but nudging him and bumping him. He's the one I talked about before. The mom will kind of remind him. Oh, good Lord. Really, Heather? I've always used Walmart. Let me tell him. Check the oil shelf to make sure they put oil in it. His Jeep's new. We just bought it, or I'm still paying for it. He bought it back in March, April, somewhere there, I think. February, March, April, somewhere there. Maybe in May. No, maybe not May. I don't remember. We just bought it a few months ago. So we definitely don't need it messed up because my car, the battery's dead. So we gotta jump it off. Yeah, if when you replace a motor, it's not the same by any means. But no, it's never. It never was. It was originally. It's never can be quite the same. I had a new to me level 1 this morning who came to class with a Transformers Autobot symbol. And so using slide kick, I pulled that up and hopefully you'll have a new regular. He seemed very excited and really liked me. So we'll see if mom liked me and how that goes. I don't want to win them over because of technology, but I do like to find something they like and keep their attention, especially with the lower levels. So I have to hop off here. I need to take my computer apart and pack up because we are leaving as soon as he gets back and heading to South Carolina. Heather, you seem like you're more of a more serious teacher, like not in a bad way, like a more studious. And I think you're more fitted for upper levels. Yeah, you're definitely a higher level teacher. I've always got that sense from you. You're more intellectual. And so you might not enjoy level 1 as much. And it might not be a level that you need to do. And that's okay. I've always been able to, I've taught so many different levels. I can kind of adapt and change. But I have days where I'm not in the mood to be all fun and goofy and silly and all that like you need to be in level 1. I'm definitely not the clown, although I can be. I'm not a clown. I'm kind of in between. And I kind of just adapt. And you are adaptable. I can tell you are, but level 1 is a totally different ballgame. It really is. It's a very, very fun. Got to keep their attention constantly doing something level, and it's not as studious. Now, you will have some studious students. I have a couple students who are very, very studious and very, very, serious students in level 1. But the majority, you really have to play the fool and keep their attention. If you're not happy, let it go. It's okay. It's not gonna, it's not gonna be the end of the world. You'll still get plenty of bookings. So, if you're not happy, that you don't have to keep it. There's many teachers I've seen on Facebook who got rid of level 1 because they just didn't like it. They didn't want to play the clown. There's nothing wrong with that. If we all could do every job, then we wouldn't all we wouldn't all be as unique as we are. So if you're not happy, let it go. If I wasn't happy with the level, I'd let it go in a heartbeat. Trust me, if I wasn't happy with something, I would let it go. If that's why we're all unique, is because we can all handle different levels. I think you are more suited for the upper levels. I've always felt that when I've talked to you and I've listened to you. You seem like would be like the perfect upper level teacher who I could learn so much under. And that's great. That's awesome. So let it go. If you're not happy, let it go. There's no point doing this job if you're not happy and enjoying it. It will burn you out faster. I like the upper. I like the lower. You're welcome. And I like variety. And I promise you, when I start getting the same classes in a row, multiple stuff, I'm not happy either. So that's why I keep so many. I have so many certifications, and I try to open myself up to everything. But, you know, I just, I don't know, at some point I'm going to get burned out, and I know it. I've been working since June straight, no days off, 7 days a week, and pulling overnights. I'm tired. Today I'm tired. But I have to hop off here. My husband will be home in a few minutes, and he's going to fuss if he sees my computer is still together and our daughter is still asleep. So, Heather, I've enjoyed talking with you. Danny, I know you left already, but thank you for coming. Everyone else who watches, if you're interested in working with adults, let me know. It's so fun. I enjoyed my adults this week. I really had some amazing adult classes. I've had some amazing teenagers this week too. So I enjoy what iTutor offers. I enjoy what VIPKid offers. I am enjoying what I've taught with GoGoKid so far. I've only taught the training classes, but still. But I hope everyone has a great weekend. I may or may not be around. Cindy, if you watch this later, I may or may not make it to your live tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you, Heather. And I will see you all next time. Bye.